Alrighty, so I actually have another update. So that like cliffhanger thing I left on the last video, well, I actually tried it. And I actually did a lot of refactoring today. So now you can mine and all that good stuff. And you can play stuff. So you can't place inside you. I like quadruple check to make sure you can't do that. So you have to do the actual jump thing like you do in Minecraft. But, but, if you're looking closely, you can probably see these blocks getting darker. So let's just do some. Oh my goodness, they're getting lighter. This is amazing. What is that? A shadow? Oh my goodness, the shadow's getting lighter. I can't reach. There we go. I got it. Let's make some shade over here. It's a little bit difficult without the crosshair. Just a little bit. Also, I forgot to implement the texturing, dynamic texturing. I gotta try to make a dynamic texture array. So that way, people could mod the game. That'd be really cool, actually. I'm using my silly voice, but in all honesty, that would be very cool to have that, like a week and a half in, a week in. I don't even know how many days I've been programming this. But anyways, it's a shadow. This is so cool. And you can see it gets darker. This is my extreme, like, super prototype of the hardware lighting. And also, I re-implemented the neighboring chunk rebuild. When you mine on a neighboring chunk, and oh yeah, it's gonna get dark in here. Oh no. Yeah, it's gonna get really dark. Some of you more adept people can probably tell these are light columns, because I'm one person. I can't make the world in a day. Well, I can't make the dynamic lit world in a day, but I can. And also, I just realized that was implying that I could make an entire world in a day, but I can't make this. But anyways, I'll show you guys mining downwards in a bit. So we'll just kind of go on this platform. Oh no, I forgot. I didn't implement sneaking. That's another plan feature. Let's get over there. So this is pretty cool. And I hope it's looking as smooth in OBS as it is for me. Because I noticed in the last video it was jittering, and it's not jittering at all. This is very smooth for me. So now I could put a frame rate counter in there so I have proof that it's not jittering, or get a better GPU or something so I can actually record properly. But anyways, let's do this. So as you can see, this is a little weird looking. It's a little like, why is this randomly dark down here, and etc. etc. Because I'm using prototype light columns for the testing of the light rendering, and honestly, it's super cool. I love the way this came out. Even though it's not smooth lighting, you got to start somewhere. So this is gonna be like Minecraft alpha or pre-alpha 0.0.01. So like there's a world you can walk around in it, and yeah, you could modify it. Right now it's just these blocks that I'm not sure what this texture pack is that the tutorial that I learned from is using, but I do want to get the individual file textures in and basically just make it my own. I want to avoid using a texture atlas. Don't want to do that. That's a terrible way to start this because um, I remember that for years, and I'm sorry, I'm accidentally capping the mic out, but I'm just so excited about it. For years, Minecraft had problems with its texture atlas, so it wasn't easy to add stuff to it without Forge, blah blah blah. I want to go literally the opposite route, like basically what Minetest is now, but from the ground up, so that it's not literally just a bunch of people throwing stuff on top of a base engine. The base engine is built to utilize it. So everybody, well, a couple people keep asking me for modding support, and there's one thing. I'm going to take the bike away from my mouth so it doesn't keep capping out. But there's one key thing. You have to have a game first before you can mod. This isn't really a game. This is just kind of like a sandbox right now. So, all right, now that that's out of the way, one thing you can do now is you can press R, and it resets your position. And yeah, it's pretty nifty in case you get stuck, and you can just keep doing it. It's cool. So I think I've talked long enough. For 6 minutes in. Let's go down. And you're going to notice the surrounding area is getting darker. And you can. It actually looks kind of cool from the bottom, but it shouldn't be doing this like this. It looks like I'm just sitting on one random floating quadrant right now, or quad. I'm sorry. I'm so used to the technical stuff now. It's going to be weird explaining it in non-technical terms, but that's all right. So I need to figure out an algorithm to basically make it like Minetest in Minecraft pre-alpha, like old school Minetest where it didn't have smooth lighting and all that good stuff, to basically make it so the air block is the light level that you could see, and that the block itself has a nil light value, basically. So it's a little complicated for me to think about. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do that. Should blocks have their own light data? Well, I mean, yes, obviously, but should the air be the main focus? Because you really can't pass light into dirt. That doesn't make sense in real life. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty okay. If you go down here, it's kind of like it almost looks like it's working until you look at the walls. But all of a sudden you realize, oh, that's probably not supposed to be like that, and it's not. But this is the prototype, so you're gonna have to cut me a break. Let's see. So I'm gonna show you guys the code this time. All right. So there's one specific thing here. Before I was using the player class as the static object because there's only one player. Blah blah blah. But for learning, I made this its own non-static. There's a couple static things, like the render distance. I don't know why that's even in there anymore. I don't know why this is a Boolean object, but you can see here, it's this is the initialization, and in the game itself, this becomes the local player object. So I can, when, let me see, let me think about this for a second. So when this eventually becomes a server enabled game, I can already tell you servers are going to be very basic when they start out. I mean, obviously this is getting built from the ground up from what I understand about mine tests at Minecraft. And yeah, basically this is on your client. You're just going to be a single player object. On a server, it'll probably be a list of players, and I want to avoid the pitfalls of Minetest and Minecraft, where it does all this anti-cheat, all this other stuff. Like, if you ever notice in a Minetest server, um, the anti-cheat kind of acts weird, and in a Minecraft server, the anti-cheat, if the ticks per second drops below 15, and ticks means the server checking everything and whatnot, blah blah blah, then it can get really, really, really messy. It's more in Minecraft than it is Minetest, but I notice Minetest sometimes will kick you out if your internet connection goes haywire or the server's internet connection goes haywire. Um, People are gonna hack. That's just what happens. I can go onto a Minecraft or a Minetest server right now and hack away. I can get infinite diamonds. I could do whatever I want. I could be the best purser to the server. It doesn't really matter. Um, all that the anti-cheat software is doing that's baked into these two games is basically abusing render cycles during the game loop, and they don't really protect against anything. The only thing that should be protected against is people tunneling through your servers and being able to intercept data off the client computers. That's the only thing. That's your main. Don't let don't let external clients do that. Basically, if people want to hack, they're gonna hack. That's why you have to have admins. So, I just want this to be nice, archaic anarchy. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna make it so people can load server mods like Bukkit, and basically, if they want anti-cheat, they can make an anti-cheat plugin, and people can use it if they want. So that's that. I'm glad I got this out of the way. This was kind of like me talking way into the future, basically. So hopefully you guys like that plan, cause I do wanna stay that way and make it happen that way and whatnot. I'm gonna allow people to ban players and whatnot, and obviously that's gonna be caked into the default game. Oh no. But basically, I like playing on Anarchy servers. There's not a lot of rules, and if people want to make rules on their servers, then they can do that. So yeah, that's about it for the server stuff. I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle the server stuff. Hopefully, when this game starts getting a lot better, I'll see some people come into the Discord and go into the GitHub and be like, I know how to do this. We can do this together. The power of open source. It's a miracle. And I think that would be really cool, despite me using my funny voice. I'm not sure about the light levels being 16. It seems like this is slightly too many. I'm not sure what the max light level in Minetest is. I'm pretty sure it's 15 like Minecraft. So I'm thinking about refactoring the whole code. And in this video description, I'm just going to have the lightweight Java game library, I almost said Discord, the GitHub link, because that seems to be my main focus right now. Well, obviously, because that's the game engine, and the game's built into the game engine, basically. Um, yeah, I think it's pretty nifty actually. I like the way this is going. So we can go down deeper, and if you'll notice if you're mining under a, oh my goodness, there's so many pitfalls over here, and I really need to put a cursor on here. If you'll notice when you mine under a mountain, it'll get brighter and darker based on the height of the mountain because of the column distribution, blah blah blah. Not sure how I'm going to do distribution of light. I'm not sure if I want to use a flood fill or a dynamic fill iterator. I'm not sure. I'll definitely have to see though, because the way this is written now, either way I do that, it would be pretty easy to do that, knock on wood. Let's just hope to God that's true, because even the way I wrote this, even programming in the digging and the mining it was relatively easy. The main parts of this was a learning lightweight Java game library, because it's literally just bindings to C code. Also, I want to learn how to do the pointer, that crosshair that Minecraft has, how it's inverse of what you're looking at. I'm not sure if I can write a shader element for that to just do a plus sign or something when it gets to a specific amount of pixels on the screen divided by the width and the height, then invert those, and then do the thickness and the thinness of that crosshair based on the DPI of the screen. I have no idea. We'll see. Let's see, what else is there? I thought of a lot of things today while I was programming this. Oh yeah, one huge, like, monstrous difference between the JMonkey engine and this engine is if there's a chunk error, and I just debugged this for a very long time, that there's a chunk error and a object is null, like a rendering object, then it will just continue. Literally, it will continue. Right here. So I was joking when I said that if game item equals null, continue, and it'll keep the loop going until the game item list is over. So we'll just go back into the game while I talk, because that's definitely more interesting. I apologize earlier when I was just talking in front of code. And also, yeah, it seems like the game is not running too well in OBS, but I can assure you it is running just fine. Yeah, let's make this even more interesting while I'm talking. Oh yeah, I refactored this. Because there were problems if the jar didn't build all these files specifically in chunk data. Like, I'd have to manually load them up and save them for them to get rebuilt. Then it would crash constantly, because this would be different from the other files. Like, one would be 7, one would be like 10, this one's 3, this one could be like 15, so I just did a manual thing there. So let's crank it up today. No, let's like go crazy today. I guarantee OBS is not going to like this. Also, this is going to take a really long time. So, let me talk about the flood fill algorithm. So the flood fill algorithm is basically get all chunks within a light source distance, and basically flood all air blocks with light data if it's within a certain radius of it. If you look at my redstone code in Crafter for the Minetest engine, let's see, let me full screen this. Alright, so this is actually accurate in OBS now, because this is extremely far. This is a lot of data. Now let's just double check that everything's working properly. But anyways, if you look at my redstone code in Minetest, then you'll see what I'm doing, and that's actually a flood fill method. But the flood fill method I use in the Minetest engine is Instead of being a WoW flood fill, it is a stacked flood fill. And let's see. I'm bringing out paint. What was I drawing in paint? Oh yeah, I was taking that picture. Oh, oh, here's this came from me doing the vertexes like 2 days ago. Okay, so the while loop will just be like a single continuous object, right? It'll just be like while there's still data, so we'll just add more stuff to the list, and then as soon as there's no more things added to the list, then we iterate through them all. Like this is repeating recursively, and then once it's done and there's no way for it to cycle, it breaks. So stack is okay. Oh, we need to do this one. All right. Oh, we actually need to do this one too. All right, we need to do this one. Okay, we need to do this one. Oh my goodness. And then these ones can go. We need to do this. 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 And this one's like, we need to do this. We need to do this. You get the point. This is a Stack Overflow. This is better. So don't do what I did in the redstone code because you'll build a snowman with like 100 snowballs apparently. Okay, so this is a little bit easier on my GPU. There's a reason why Minecraft has render distance 5, 4, 6, I don't remember, as its default. Because voxel games are very GPU intensive. And I have a feeling that Minecraft doesn't do face calling in its code, and it just kind of loads everything. Um, with the fact that I can do literally 5 times that and get better FPS basically. Of course, I don't have complex block models, and I can see OBS is jittering, but it's not jittering in person. Mark my words. Um, I'm not sure why that exactly happens. I'm not sure if there's a lot of anti-cheat running in the Minecraft server or what. I know why the Minetest server is lagged, because that Lua VM running alongside of it has to feed data into the C++ object interface of the engine, and that's a no-no. That's why this API will be written in Java, because I'm not hooking a Lua VM into a Java machine. I don't want two VMs running next to each other. That is a recipe for disaster. Almost as much as using LuaGen as an entire rendering engine. So render distance 25. Let's see how much data there is here. Let's see. So we used it 533. That's not. Well, I forgot to F again. There we go. 535, and this is why it's jittering for you guys, because OBS is like crazy. That's actually not that bad, because for some reason, even Minecraft's pre-alpha builds use like a gig of memory for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, even on the very low rendering distances. But I can generate like super clean looking maps, and yeah, they're not getting like destroyed, completely destroying the memory of your machine. I think 533 is very acceptable for a map this size loaded in memory. I think this is actually pretty equal to Minetest, because you got to remember, render distance 25 is multiplied times 16 in all directions. So in one single direction from the center point of this, 16 times 25. 1 second. I've done too much math. That is the equivalent to Minetest render distance 400. So I think that's pretty nifty. Another thing that is certainly helping this engine out is the fact that it's two-dimensional like Minecraft, but it has the well, I've been programming the Minetest, or in the Minetest engine, and well, modifying the Minetest engine for a very, very long time. So it's like the optimizations of Minecraft with the optimizations of Minetest, and it's got the ease of Java versus the C++, and it'll be written by somebody that has literally just written Minecraft in just 100% Minetest mods. So I think that's going to be pretty nifty. And I was actually like waving my hand around as if you guys can see me, so that's cool. But yeah, hopefully you get an idea of what I'm going to be doing. The API is going to be basically written by someone that knows exactly what people are going to do with the API. So I think that'll be extremely helpful. I'm still very, very confused as why they can't figure out how to like not place the blocks inside of yourself for the Minetest. That's something that I thought about today, and it was very confusing. I'm not talking poop. I was just like I got entrapped in thought, and I'm like, I don't even know where to look in the engine to actually stop that from happening. So, capping out the mic, my bad. Anyways, I guess we'll just kind of like go down some more, just kind of mine a bit, check out the lighting. And so like what should be happening here is this should be a flood fill, and then it should be flooding out here basically. So I think more of flood filling the air will be better, because what I can do is essentially do what I'm doing here with this. Just go up really high. So like a flood fill like this. So let's pretend this is like an inverse for a light object, or well, it'd be a static function, but it's the same difference. But a static function running this. So that's at the top, and let's pretend now this is a crevasse, a hole, whatever you want to call it. So the light will be making its way down here, right? And this is not gonna work. Let's do this. So it'll be filling this all up with light, and so these faces will update, and it will set the light data of this air that I'm standing in to 1 or whatever it would be for that. And let's say we got some stuff over here, because if this were the case, like right here, it'd be light level 16, and then 15, and then 14, and 13, and so it'd be pretty bright over here. So this is a little it's a little messed up looking. So let's kind of like do that. Yep. And yeah, that is not what I meant to do. But you get the idea. It should get darker as it gets away from the tunnel of light source from the sun. So we'll see about that. One of the major things, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this, is like natural day and night cycle. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think I might have to use the old school Minetest and Minecraft trick for now. And if you guys have ever played older versions of Minecraft and Minetest, I think it's Minetest 0.4.10 was the last version with this, and Minecraft Beta 1.4, I'm not sure. But when it starts to get dark out, you'll see like the chunks are all changing light level, and it keeps happening until they're at the night light level. That is called, it's not lazy chunk loading. I forgot the exact term for it, because lazy chunk loading is letting the CPU take a break between chunk loads so the frame rate doesn't start tanking. So we'll just call it lazy light updating. And that's extremely useful if you don't want to write complex shader elements to it. The whole thing is I need to figure out a way to make the fragment shader be able to know if the light level in the current area is natural or if it is from a torch. And any kind of light in this game engine um, is going to be designated as a torch, and that'll be like the synonymous term for a light source internally in the engine and the API. Because light source, it's a little, I don't know, torch just makes it sound like the object or the block that you're um, currently creating in the game through the API is a light source because it's a torch. So I might as well give this away because if you watch this video for this long, you deserve a little like tip for this. Um, what I'm going to do is make the world completely dark, and I'm going to do an experiment. When you're walking to a new block, if your actual position changes, it's going to update. You're going to be the torch. I'm going to test dynamic torches as the player. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, guys, I probably need to grab a screenshot, so let's get out of here. Oops, that's the wrong button. Let me do this. Yeah, there we go. That's a perfect screenshot right there. So, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed this very, very long video. And hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. And hopefully I didn't cap out the mic too much. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I have something really cool to show you. If what I'm trying to do works out, this is going to be so cool. But we'll see about that. So, have a good one, and peace out.